Everybody, it's Victor. It's time another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. We are on a little bit of a tear here. Hopefully July. Happy Monday. We're still waiting for another video to cross 2,000 likes. And we're starting off with Hive Mind and the Glowing Hourglass with bad movements, or bad tears rate, terrible shot speed. Alpha Charlie Papa 9, 0 Victor Zulu November. Okay, so our shot speed is going to take a fortnight to get from point A to point B. Starting off with Hive Mind, which does count as a Beelzebub item, which is good. And we also have the Glowing Hourglass, which can undo certain actions. Not all actions, but certain actions, like taking pills. That's a good one. Walking into the curse rooms and then seeing if there's anything in there worthwhile. Taking blind items, etc., etc., if we don't like it. So blind items, currently, we are immune to. Not that we have a Curse of the Blind on this floor anyway, but yeah. Little haunt's not that great. Let's walk into this here curse room right here, and we see that it's just a push, so there's no reason for us to really use our Glowing Hourglass there. You could, the biggest, I would say the number one use for the Glowing Hourglass is to avoid bad damage, like that one right there. So if you take damage, you can just simply undo it by acting like you never even walked into that room before. It's very, very useful, especially if you only have red hearts and you don't have any way to protect your Devil Deal. You're seeing how long it's taking us to kill things because it's taking forever and a day for our shots to actually get to the targets. And even slow-moving walking hosts can dodge us very easily. So, yeah, shot speed is pretty bad. Pretty bad. But anyway, I would say the most widely regarded best use of the Glowing Hourglass is the fact that you can undo damage that you take. So if you happen to have, if you're in a red heart situation, you need to get a Devil Deal and you take red heart damage, you'll be able to undo it up to 3 times, and then it just turns into the regular Hourglass, which is still pretty useful. It's not as useful as the Glowing Hourglass, obviously, but at least you get something for it. I'm surprised that you are still alive, sir. Sir, you were still alive. You should be. Oh, he tried to catch me with that quick one. You all saw it. You all saw that little quick reload that he did. 2 keys and 1 bomb and 1 cent is enough for us to at least peek inside of the shop. I mean, we can hope. We can definitely hope. We need 14 cents for us to get the compass. So there's a few ways that we can handle this. We can use this bomb and go into the secret room and see if there's enough money in there. We can use it to bomb the donation machine and hope that we get a nickel from the keeper, which would give us our best shot, I would say, at actually getting the compass. Or we could bomb one of these pots a couple of times to see if there's a quarter in there. That's probably the I would say the weakest strategy for this. Which actually the most dangerous in this room is the spider webs on the ground, because the spiders, I don't know if you know this or not, but they are not affected by the slowing field that is of the spider web variety. So it does take a little bit of effort to get around them while also trying to dodge the spider webs. Now it's going to take a very large amount of willpower for me not to use a bomb on Little Horn here, because I really want the compass. And we've seen in the past, a couple days ago actually, how important it is to have mapping. Make sure that you're not going into items, you're not going into rooms that you don't need to be in. You're only going for the item rooms in the stores. I'm trying to goad Little Horn into hitting his own bomba, but he ain't doing that right now. And you just saw Clown Physics kick off right there. Somehow we shot that dark orb from the front and it got even faster. Don't ask me how. Clown Physics is the answer. So we really need a Tears upgrade and shot speed. The best upgrade for us right now that we could possibly get would be Torn Photo. I think that's BIS right now. Torn Photo would get us shot speed and Tears. There's a couple of other items that do also offer that, but that's the first one I can think of off the top of my head. Toothpicks is also another one that would be great. Really, any of those. And we get range. Lucky us. Okay, so now it comes down to a hope and a prayer that we at least get a nickel and a good withdrawal from here. And it looks like it is going to be a good withdrawal. So we are able to get the we're able to get the compass and also get an extra soul heart as well. So that's good. Now I think it's worthwhile for us to go over into this room that we took a hit in here just to see what else we can get. We do lose our big giant attack flies, but you see how powerful they are. So we're gonna be looking for stuff like Keeper's Kin, Guppy, obviously, or even the Mulligan. Anything like that can spawn those big attack flies are going to help us in a big way. Petrified Poop would be great here if we can get it as well. Got a Bomba. We still don't know where the secret room is, and we have 2 chances essentially to find the secret room, because if we use our bomb and then it's not there, we just undo the room. So, and that's another nice little hidden use, I would say, of the golden hour or the glowing hourglass, not golden hourglass. I think the super secret room is here, but I want to find the regular secret room first. And it's either going to be down here or over here in the elbow. So I'm going to try the elbow first. It ain't there, so now I'm going to try there. The super secret room could also be there, but it's hard to tell. This room indicates that it's there. Okay, and it is. And yep. That's going to do it. We get 2 cents. Notice how we don't get the key back. That's a change that was recent in Repentance Plus. Why? I don't know why. Pick your answer. On last week's question of the episode, coming in from the Tri-Stone episode. This one coming in from Black Orc, who said, question of the episode, what do you think of golden versions of active and passive items, stronger variants and or different enhanced effects, like you could shoot a couple times or move a little bit with Gnawed Leaf, or Brimstone shooting a slight cone, etc.? This is a question that's been asked before, and the answer is yes. Yes, I would. That sounds great. Again, with any of these type of questions, the answer will always be yes. I wish we could get something like that. It's a great idea. Now, as far as like figuring out what golden versions would be of other items, that's beyond what one video could theorize here. But I would love to see that, like maybe a golden mutant spider that actually gives you 5 shots instead of 4 shots. Or maybe a golden inner eye that does not reduce the tears cap, your fire rate, something like that. That would be awesome. You know, Sack Altar, maybe Sack Altar, instead of taking 2 familiars, it takes 1 familiar if it's golden, or if it just doubles the items that you get. So I like those kind of questions. But the answer to those that category of questions. If this thing, what do you think of this item, which would vastly improve Isaac? Do you think that you'd be up for this or something like that? The answer will always be yes. Anything that we can get that improves Isaac is always good for Isaac. It's a non-XL floor, by the way. This room is dangerous for 2 reasons. One, the stupid physics of the stupid green flies, and secondly, they do that right there, which is just fly right over the stones. Why? I have no idea. And then on top of that, you have to worry about the fat Isaacs, which will knock you and the flies into each other if you're not careful. Kind of like that. It's pretty amazing the range and the power of those knockbacks. They vary in size and strength. Like that one we were not even close to, and we still got knocked back about 50 feet. And eventually we will get to our item room. And now remember, we can't recycle the key. If we don't get a key to drop here, which it sounds like we did get one in this room somewhere, we can go into the item room, but we can't just leave. In the previous versions of Glowing Hourglass, you used to be able to use the key, see what's in there, and if you didn't like it, you just use the Glowing Hourglass charge and back out. Again, why did they move that? Don't know. Repentance, baby. Now, there's a key over here, but unfortunately we can't get to it without multiple bombs or flight. So, but you're seeing how painful this is with this terrible tears rate and god-awful shot speed. It's not helping that our damage is also bad. There's a lot of bad things happening. Well, the soy milk is one way to help us out, but it still doesn't solve the issue of it solves the issue of our tears, but a tears rate of only 13 is pretty bad for soy milk. There's a lot of room for improvement, but obviously with the nature of, I'm going to use the bomb here just so we get this key so we can get into the store. Oh, hello. Well, hello there. Okay. Tiny Toma is kind of whatever. Tiny Toma would go well with Hive Mind, but I don't feel like fighting a mini haunt, especially with soy milk and low damage. So yes, soy milk does give us a massive tears up, obviously, but at the cost of all of our damage, which was already pretty bad. So we're not really dividing by too much at this point. But the ceiling, however, has raised substantially for our potential, because now if we get something like Eye of Belial, Lump of Coal, Jacob's Ladder, anything like that, any type of on-proc tier effect is going to skyrocket the potential. And soy milk is your gateway. It's your gateway item to really, really powerful runs. You're seeing how many shots it's taking just to take down one green fly, let alone a Isaac Head turret here. I need one bomb to get that there tinted rock. That there tinted rock. We could take this pill too. Might as well. Shot speed up. Hey, look at that. It actually worked out for once. Okay, game. Chill. I'm going to undo that just so we get our bomb back. But now, well, never, ever, ever use your only bomb if you're not sure that you need it for other places. Like, I know the secret room is north of here. But right now, we need to save this charge for our devil deal, and also in case we do take damage against the boss. Had a hiccup there. Yeah, this was a non-XL floor. It doesn't look like, that doesn't say much because it doesn't look like we had that many rooms, but if you consider the amount of XL rooms that we had on this freaking floor, it's floor 2 game. I've already forgotten what color the shot speed up pill was. We did start with a pill or picked one up somewhere, so yes. It's a moolah. All right, so we know that we don't need the bomb anymore. I know that the secret room is there, but I am going to go all the way back into the item room and open up the bomb chest. Bomb chests, they tend to, not always, but they tend to give you resources back or an item. We get range. Our range is pretty bad. Our luck was negative, so I guess it's fine, but I would have preferred just to get a bunch of bombs and keys. Wait, what happened to our shot speed uphill? Am I tripping? Did I undo that? Just unconsciously and not even think about it? Didn't it raise our... I could have swore I saw our shot speed go from 0.78 to 0.95. Am I losing my mind? Is the blue and white pill the shot speed up pill? It is. How did that happen? I didn't undo the store. Oh, you know what? It's when I undid the mega chest bomb, because I guess it rewound it prior to me taking the pill, but that still doesn't make any sense, because then why don't we get our keys back? If you ask Zombolus that question, his answer will be glowing hourglass sucks. That would be his answer. I can tell you that for a fact, because I've asked him about this before. Normally, we wouldn't be able to outgun Larry Jr. like this. with our tears and his poop piles, but thanks to soy milk, we can. And man, if there was ever a time for us to get Eye of Belial, it is now. I don't know how both of you are still alive, by the way. And there we go. We get tears and shot speed. Very nice. So massive tears up and a massive disappointment in here. I don't want to get stuck with angel deals, so I'm not going to undo us walking into the devil deal. And, yep. Need some help here, game. Okay, Curse of Darkness. We know where we need to go here thanks to us having the compass. Here's our 15th cent. If we wanted to go into the store, the champion just offed himself there, and that's fine with me. So every tears up that we get is going to be a massive, massive DPS boost. I'm begrudgingly taking the Bloodshot Eye. I say begrudgingly because it does shoot on its own, which is really annoying. But it gives us a little bit of extra damage close range, which can be problematic for soy milk whenever you're talking about clown physics being in the works. And it does an immense amount more damage than we do, so yeah, we just barely beat that grub. There we go. Got a Yave. 2 soul hearts is definitely worth doing here. Just in case, I'm not going to pick up these soul hearts yet because I don't want to damage them. If something stupid in clown physics happens. So you're seeing Bloodshot Eyes shoot that little tiny shot there. This is pretty much the worst. This is pretty much the worst case scenario for this build here, is these floaty mobs that shoot. Clown physics in full detail here. So we took 1 hit. I will accept 1 hit against that pack especially, but not 2 hits. If we got hit twice there, I would have undone it. We need a solid damage upgrade in here. And that would not be it. We can see what this pill is. Gonna be a health up, sure. Half price battery. Let's go check the cursed room. We might as well. Got a Bomba. 2 soul hearts. Sure, we get to profit 1 soul heart here as long as we don't take damage. And a bomb too. Nice. Any tears up, any damage up that we get is going to be huge. Now, going back to what we were originally talking about with Hive Mind, if we end up getting something like the Mulligan, that would be massive for this run. We don't even need Guppy at that point. I mean, Guppy would be nice, obviously, because we would have flying and 9 lives, maybe, but getting the Mulligan here with this tears rate and Hive Mind, yeah, that would be a massive boost to our damage. So if we could somehow manage that game, that'd be phenomenal here, but I'm not gonna hold my freaking breath, that's for sure. Chariot card, we can use that against the boss. Bloodshot Eye does work as an orbital. It does deal contact damage, albeit not a whole lot, but it's still doing more damage than we are in one tier anyway. But hopefully we get some kind of solution soon here, or maybe on this devil deal. That'd be nice. It's more Bumpus. I have no clue where the secret room is. There we go. Well, the super secret room is here. We're probably going to take damage in this room just because it's pretty much guaranteed with Zubats and soy milk. Pretty much guaranteed. I cannot believe the super secret room is not there. This is a super high percentage wall, too. I'm going to eat the cost that bomb, and this fight is going to be a nightmare. So when Bumbo gets low, I will use the chariot card on him. But we got to get him there first. You really don't want to let him charge. Gotta be careful of this bomb rock over here, too. There we go. And we get a regular old HP upgrade. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it doesn't look like we're going to get damage help on this run. Like at all. Because we're now going into floor 4 here without a damage upgrade. Now I could play the Sack Room Shuffle, but if we get teleported to the Devil Deal, then the ability for us to remove the damage that we've incurred is gone. And do I think that that's a smart idea, especially if the Devil Deal doesn't have anything good? We could force a Krampus fight, which would be beneficial if and only if we got the lump of coal. And no, I don't want to be lazy. I do want to be lazy, but I don't want to be lazy here. But it's 20 minutes and 40 seconds. We are on floor 3. We have to take Soul Locket here. We get shot speed. They gave us damage. Now, here's the real crappy part. We have to actually beat Uriel to see what our payout will be. And if we don't, then... yeah. The only acceptable payout here will be the 7 soul hearts. I don't care about 30 cents currently. But again, we have to actually beat him, because if we don't get the 7 soul hearts, I can at least undo the last couple of taps. In fact, I guess I could just tap it now. Okay, we got the soul hearts back. That's acceptable. Okay. So it wasn't a total loss. We do get a little bit of help there. I cannot believe that we got... I think we only got 1 damage up from all that. Thanks to Soul Locket. So... That would have been amazing had we just gotten just a ton of damage there. We did get some tears rate and a lot of range and some shot speed, but certainly a very big downer there that we didn't get just a ton of damage. But still, any damage that we get is huge damage for us. I don't know what this pill is. Power pill. So it was a successful gambit on the Sac Room Shuffle. For now. We'll see if we can get another opportunity here. I still believe in soy milk. Soy milk is still a good item. On runs like this where you don't get any damage support or any tier effect, you just shoot that shot without animating? Because I'm pretty sure you did. Or that, or it was too quick and I didn't notice it. Soy milk does feel bad whenever you're on a run where you don't have any tier effects that are on proc or anything like that. So it does suck, but the opportunity there for soy milk keeps it a very, in my opinion, a very in-demand item. For me, anyway. Another nightmare here with soy milk in this room. It's a push. Yeah, no, we profit a bomb. That's fine. First, make our way into the item room. Ammo Undies is going to give us a movement speed upgrade until we actually fire. Yeah, movement speed upgrade. All of our pills have been positive so far, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. The game's gonna be like, see, this is the only thing that we had to give you, and you won no problem. An hour and a half later on a damageless soy milk run. Don't ask me why these chub heads count as one full soul heart, but it's really dumb. You talk about another mob where clown physics works really, really in their favor. It's these freaking things. We might be able to bomb our way into the boss trap room. Nope. We get Black Candle. So we now have an 80% chance for a special spawn. It's most likely going to be an angel deal, which sucks. Camo Undies helping us get the ambush a little bit. Camo Undies helping us get the ambush a little bit there on the floor lickers, and then the rest of the room kind of finished them off for us. And we kind of have to pick apart every single room that we go into right now, which is the reason why it's 25 minutes and 37 seconds. We are still not done. We're not even halfway done with floor 4. Not XL floor, by the way. Okay, yep. That's certainly a thing, game. We just caught you cheating on camera there, game. Get a restock machine. Now that could be interesting with an angel deal. We finally get our secret room over here. This run's starting to feel kind of crawly, not gonna lie. It's 29 minutes and 42 seconds into the video, and we still don't know who our floor 4 boss is. Hoping that this restock machine is gonna help us out. Peter just had a heart attack. Right on cue, and no, this is not any particular time of the morning. It's just does it. People seem to think that it's like an antivirus or firewall or updates or anything like that. No, it just happens randomly. I streamed just fine earlier today. Nothing, no problems. All right. Almost done here. Let's see who our 4th floor boss is. Trying to get close so Bloodshot Eye actually takes a shot, but it's not for some reason. It wants us to get that close. And we failed an 80% deal with the devil and deal with the angel. Floor 5, here we come. Yep, so now we know what type of run we're on. I was hopeful that it wasn't, but here we are. Here we are. Man, July, you've just been completely mogged by June. Usually it's the other way around. Usually we're coming out of June in the doldrums of but now July is turning into the month. Oh, so you get to just dodge all of our advantages in here. We do get another massive Tears upgrade here thanks to Binky, but again, what's the Tears rate upgrades, they do still equate to DPS upgrades for Soy Milk. But you know what equates a lot more to DPS upgrades with Soy Milk than Tears? Actual damage upgrades. Okay, we can't use any more. The only teleportation we have left, or the only undo that we have left, is for the Sacrum Shuffle here. Which at this point, we're going to be cursed to just angel deals, I have a feeling. So we might as well, with this restock machine, go in there and hopefully get a bunch of item pedestals to reroll and get Sacred Heart and be done with it. That would not be it, but this is probably our best chance at getting something a little bit more permanent here. Now we're kind of pigeonholed into making sure that we get the payout from this sack room. This damage is wow bad. Okay. So here we go. Hope that we get something good here. Otherwise, I may undo this and just live with the consequences. I think we're gonna have to go Genesis, y'all, because this run that we're on right now, it ain't it. It just ain't it. I'm gonna take Genesis. I am going to take the Stairway as well, because that will give us another angel deal item to roll through. Sure, Rosary. Good luck. Literally no reason for us to fight Gabriel. Okay, we got some damage there. It's still not going to change my mind, though. I may wait until we go to Depths 2 before popping Genesis, but we are popping Genesis. That was a cute one here. We are absolutely popping Genesis because unfortunately the soy milk just didn't pay off here at this point. And us re-rolling into Genesis with that reverse judgment card is supremely lucky. And something like that is what this run really truly needed. So Genesis to the rescue. See, now the game's gonna try to make me see, oh, you don't need to use Genesis, wait. Here come the damage upgrades. Notice how many damage upgrades we got from Soul Locket on that last payout. Which, by the way, we've been very fortunate for our payouts on the Sacrum Shuffle. I wanna give recognition to that. But I think that we can draw a better run here with Genesis than what we've got at this point. If you don't know what Genesis does, by the way, it's a one-time use active item where you will get taken to the Genesis room, and for every item that you have picked up prior to using Genesis, you will get 3 items of that same item's item pool. So, for example, if we have 3 Devil Deal items that we picked up prior to using Genesis, that would give us 9 Devil Deal items to re-roll through and check out for ourselves to pick from when you can only pick 1 pedestal in there. So super secret room should be to the left of here. Really? Yeah, these super secret rooms have been something today. I guess it's got to be here then. Isaac's Fork. Yeah, it's going to be Gish. Well, if you weren't convinced that we weren't going to use Genesis soon, this would have put me over the top here. There's no debate at this point. Now, the only downside here is that we have to go beat Mom before we can Genesis. Because if I use Genesis without beating Mom, we're not going to have the Polaroid or the negative. Which, trust me, as much as I'd like to end this run early, that's not how we do things here. At least not deliberately, anyway. Little Gish. We already know that there's nothing in there. All right. Let's see what kind of wonders we can get in here. Get Glyph of Balance, which it only acts as fodder at this point for Genesis. Could have been any other item but the Bible, because we can't take the Bible with us. It's a passive item, so sucks to suck on that one. So now our projected use of Genesis goes to Womb 1, because we'll have another Angel Deal item to pick from, thanks to the ladder. Which without a shadow of a doubt, we are going to be using this on Womb 1. I don't care what happens between now and then. I'm not going to try to hold out for another Angel Deal item. No. If we were going to get carried by now by Soy Milk, it would have happened. Carve the Vampire giving us some red hearts. I appreciate that. Wow, okay. Why the other one on the wall didn't fire first, I have no clue. just acts as a shop item here. We need a key to go into the item room. Ooh, we get a judgment card, which that could pay us out with another angel deal item in the ladder shop. I'm gonna take it only just because yeah. We have red stew, which is going to greatly increase our DPS, obviously, temporarily, but again, nothing that we can possibly get on this run will make me not Genesis after Mom. After the angel shop, we're doing it. It's happening. I so want to bomb out of this room. I do want to preserve a little bit of the red stew buff for Mom. I don't think we took any secret room items. I don't think so. Which doesn't really matter because it's not like we're doing a hard reroll, it's a soft reroll with Genesis. So even if we took, it just means that we just have 3 secret room items to pick from, and we know that we're not going to take TM Trainer or Missing No. Right, good damage there. Obviously, we're taking the Polaroid. We do get an Angel Deal. And yep, that's definitely a thing. Of course, it's a Demon Judgment. And we can just go full bore here because we're gonna be using Genesis as soon as we're done with the next Angel Deal shop. So our HP doesn't matter because it's gonna get reset when we go into the Genesis room. Get Adrenaline, we get Spirit Sword. There you go. So Spirit Sword guy, we willingly took Spirit Sword, so your streak is over. All right. Takedown's Habit. It does count as an Angel Deal item, but it's not a great one. In this spot, I mean. Breakfast is breakfast, of course. And let's see what's inside the curse room here, just for S's and G's. All right. Genesis time, baby. So we're starting off with good tiers. Not great damage. Terrible movement speed. We're also starting with Revelation or Salvation. So interesting. Our movement speed is real bad, but our damage is even worse. So let's take. Oh man. This is tough. The wafer is so good, but I can't pass up Skinny on Mushroom. Get Binky, yes. Pass up on D-Bizzle. I should use this. Let's use the bedroom now to get our 3 soul hearts, and then we can pick up meat. And there's card reading. Scorpio did a fantastic job for us last time. We get a damage upgrade here. Yes, here comes our Angel Deal items. Ugh. What is this? Once again, we have the glowing hourglass, which I think is funny. I guess the battery pack. Sure, Steam sale. These some pretty garbo items here. And we get spun. Oh, mama. Okay, now we get the Eucharist, which is going to give us guaranteed Angel Deals. Jelly Belly. We don't have any more item rooms. We have a lot of damage here. More tiers is going to be necessary. Wow, we get Soul Locket again. But I don't think it. Well, nah. Give me the HP. Use the juice for damage. Take Star of Bethlehem. I don't want to remove the glowing hourglass, so I guess piggy bank. Take the HP, and that's it. Yeah, so we are infinitely stronger than we were a couple minutes ago. Shot speed up. We'll go ahead and take that. Good. Good. And we also get to skip Wound 1. So with Polyphemus and now with the Star of Bethlehem, we know exactly how this run's going to go here. Especially when we're talking about having Ghost Pepper. We do have the flat file, which removes all spikes from the game, including curse rooms. Now the Star of Bethlehem will show us exactly where we need to go for the boss room. It looks like we're going this way. Now imagine this build with soy milk. Yeah, this is like night and freaking day, dude. And we're also guaranteed an angel deal. Cool card, we go ahead and take that. Honestly, just... So big time Genesis reroll there. We raised our tears cap by a whole lot thanks to eye drops and more importantly, Skinny Odd Mushroom. Oh, it was the creep on the ground, of course. Thought I saw a Tinted Rock in there. Salvation's gonna do quick work here. Look at the damage here with the Star of Bethlehem proc for us. I could have undone that damage. Probably should have, but at this point, we're just coasting. No red portal. Okay, we went right through the portal into the door. And we lost the portal, so cheers, game. I think the secret room's here anyway, so yeah, it wouldn't have gained us anything. Sorry, Bethlehem wants to go left. Now we also have the Paschal Candle, which will reward us for not taking damage in rooms by giving us a very high stacking tears buff. Star of Bethlehem, I need you to get a move on here, son. Yeah, big damage coming from Ghost Pepper. Ghost Pepper is a spectral shot, by the way. Apparently, we don't need to be in here. Star of Bethlehem, you should have stopped us. Free curse room, by the way, because of the flat file that we have. It's gonna get down to polar invincibility here. I'm not expecting anything. Got a bunch of soul hearts, though. Soul just saved our keisters right there. So it was a soy milk crawl run-ish that got turned into a very, very strong run. Which honestly, it's thanks largely in part to that reroll. And we get a red portal, so we get ourselves a nice, satisfying conclusion to this run here. But it was a challenge early on for sure. And it's shocking that we even made it here in 44 minutes, considering that we were at what, like 30 some odd minutes before we used Genesis. We may have been even more than that, maybe been like 36 minutes. So either way, though, I will take it. It turned out to be a really damn powerful run too. If you enjoyed this episode, everyone, make sure you click the like button. Good way to start off a Monday. July, you're still on notice though. I want to see some improvement across the board, son. We need more hustle out of you. So we're going to today's screenshot of the day, submitted here by Hydro Dragon 03. Title of the thread was Non-XL Floor, by the way, Afterbirth Plus Edition, and this is something that I haven't seen in a long time. Yeah, that is a that's a gigantic Afterbirth Plus map. And then in the thread, they also said, didn't think I'd see one in Afterbirth. I'm honestly as surprised as you are, but it just shows that some things change in Isaac, some things don't. And yeah, giant maps have been around for a while, but it's been a while since I've seen that one, especially in AB+. So thank you for sharing with that, Hydro Dragon. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, everybody, and hyping the video as well. Remember, 2K likes, and we get ready for the Only Bombs Challenge happening on Wacky Wednesday, hopefully this Wednesday. So make it happen, and I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to pages of mine like Flashback 007, OWTF LOL, and Kishin Asura. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.